Hello, this is Grant, one half of the herd, coming back to you again to talk to you about Full Metal Alchemist, Episode 10. Okay, so, now we have gotten back to the filler trend, and once again, we've gotten to a good filler episode. Once again, this is a really remarkable show. This is somehow able to break the trend and make actually quite entertaining filler. This is a weird episode, though, because up till this point, there's been no real fan service. I mean, really, other than the character of Lust, her general look, which she's kind of necessary to look like that. There's been no real fan service. And what I mean by fan service, for the uninitiated in anime, it's usually what you'd call in other movies over-sexualization of women. Or men. It's really either sex. It's just over-sexualization. And I won't say that it kind of is disappointing, but at the same time, it's kind of harmless. I mean, the character Edward is chasing someone, and he happens to touch this person, and this happens to be a woman. There was no intent. In fact, me going on about this probably is doing more detriment to you seeing this episode, so I'm gonna move on. So the brunt of this episode, is that right? Brunt? The gist, whatever the actual word I'm looking for is, this episode feels very different. It's an episode that seems more like an Ocean's movie. It involves this woman who dresses up in this, I'd say, semi-Catwoman-like costume. Just a cat burglar type character who brings notoriety to this town that is clearly modeled after the city of Venice. Because it's this town that is continually sinking into the water. And yeah, it's a very, very weird episode. And she is just, she's stealing stuff. This is also unique in that you see kind of something you don't see that much in the other anime, and that is how much Al misses his mom. Because for a majority of this episode, he trusts this woman who over and over again is taking advantage of people. Because she, at first glance, reminds him of his mother. Very kind woman, a very, in their case, young woman, and I mean, just, you get the immediate sense that she's a very caring woman. This is not a very abrasive woman. You want to spend time with this cat thief. And, that's really all that there is to say about it. I mean, there's not a lot of substance about this. It's a really small adventure. I mean, all I can really talk about is, one, the general appearance of the cop who's investigating all this in the town. He looks like a mix between another anime character called Lupin the sidekick in the show called Lupin the Third, and Humphrey Bogart, which it's just kind of played like that. It's played like a mystery of who stole something. other than him and the gag of Alf falling for everything and the costume changes that this woman makes. I mean, she goes from being a nurse one day to a nun the next day to a school teacher the next day. In each case, a building that she happens to be working at happens to get demolished a few days later. There's really not that much else to talk about it other than that. So, until next time, don't be afraid to join the herd. Ya heard?